इस वक्त हम ह्यूस्टन में नासा एयर स्पेस सेंटर पर हैं। इसके अंदर जाकर देखेंगे कि म्यूज़ियम में क्या है, क्या कुछ यहाँ सीखने को है, लोग यहाँ क्यों आते हैं और आखिर इसकी क्या अहमियत है।
Alright, my name's Ariba and today I'll be your Mission Briefing Officer, your MBO. My goal here today is to offer you the most realistic space station experience possible. You know, about all the training, or the expensive ride on the SpaceX Dragon, or all the discomfort that comes along with microgravity. We're conducting experiments that can only be done in reduced gravity. We learn every day how to live in the closed environment of space, as well as work on projects that have immediate and future applications on Earth. That's right. People have been living and working in space for over 2 decades. That's longer than many of you have even been alive. Sounds pretty crazy, right? Some of improving organ transplantation on Earth, as well as pushing us forward towards a lunar research center. And who knows? This knowledge may even help us put humans on Mars and beyond. Since starting the show, the station have traveled 5,700 miles, which is roughly the distance between here and Barcelona, Spain.
the Apollo program, and just like for the ISS, Johnson Space Center is and always will be mission control, meaning they are keeping track of all the data to bring our astronauts home safely. So if you've ever heard the phrase, Houston, we have a problem, this is the Houston they're talking to. The Artemis Accords are a set of statements initiated by NASA that set out common principles, guidelines, and best practices that are applicable to the safe exploration of the moon and eventually beyond as humanity extends its reach to Mars. While NASA is leading the Artemis program, which aims to kickstart a new era of space exploration and put the very first woman and person of color on the moon in 2026, international partnerships and private companies are vital to its success. To date, 27 countries have signed the Artemis.
Now you may notice deer and other wildlife here on campus. That is because JEC is also a wildlife preserve, with more than 250 deer living here, as well as other animals like rabbits, turtles, and even an alligator. Some of our world-famous longhorn cattle. He's magnificent. If you look to the right side of the tram, you'll see this large white building. This building and the surrounding area make up the George W.S. Abbey Rocket Park. This area was dedicated to George Abbey in 2020. Smaller mock-up rockets on display. The shorter rocket with the red top is a model of a Mercury Redstone rocket. Designed initially as a ballistic missile, the Redstone was repurposed by NASA to carry their crewed Mercury capsule into Rocket Park. Just a few reminders before we next available tram to take you back to Space Center Houston. The gate we are dropping you off at is an
This is the top of the third stage. Ground kids. Oh, 13.
यमुना हम लोग लाइन में जा रहे हैं.
landing back on the lunar surface. As we make this turn, if you look to the left side of the trim, you can see the first stage of a Falcon 9 rocket from our friends at SpaceX. The first stage of a Falcon 9 is entirely reusable. This rocket has flown 2 separate resupply missions to the ISS in 2017. Next to the Falcon 9, you'll see a mock-up of the Space Shuttle Independence on top of a real Boeing 747 shuttle carrier aircraft. Of Space Explorers. Thank you for taking the tram tour today, and we hope to see you all again soon. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to check your seats into to the right side of the tram, any right side only.
His piggybacking idea to NASA officials, they were skeptical.
Problem was primarily one of war.
Radio-controlled models to prove that yes, we can actually use them to do the approach and test the first proof level concept.
Successful flights with models led to tests in a prototype shuttle called Enterprise. John Kite reality built from moments of inspiration.
On this, you would have had air-breathing engines. The proposal was to re-enter at a high angle of attack, and then after you entered the atmosphere, you would deploy the engines. Money and time, a lot of other things. So decided to take the engines long. And so then the problem became one of trying to, and then after every mission, you repurpose it.
It's one of the stranger sights in all of aviation, piggybacking a 165. Who dreamed up this remarkable partnership of an airplane and an orbiter? Whose imagination solved the thorny problem of returning the shuttle to its home base? His name was John. The space shuttle. We all know it's a magnificent machine. After 135 missions and so many great pictures viewed from space, we can almost take this amazing creature for granted. Even before we landed on the moon in 1969, of course, designing it took wild creativity plus the